All right, first off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. That's all honor and glory to the Most High God through His Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and of course the Holy Spirit, man. I want to give a hearty shalom to the sincere Akwat and Akim out there that's doing everything they can to magnify the name of the Lord in these last days, man. I also want to give a sincere shalom to the young children that's doing all they can to magnify the name of the Lord, reverencing their parents, right? And of course, double honors to the elect elders that's been pushing His word in sincerity and faith for many years, right? So I want to do Shalom King. I want to do a quick cold cut, man, right? On pretty much, are you serving the Most High or are you serving yourself, man? Right? Because in these last days, we all should be examining ourselves continuously, making sure that we're doing the will of the Most High, that we're actually serving the Most High. Because we got a lot of people in this thing that say that they're Israelites, say that they keep the commandments, so on and so forth, but yet and still, all they want to do is what? Serve their own bellies, do what's pleasing unto them, do what makes them satisfied, do what makes them happy, right? Let me get this precept, right? It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with Yahweh and with men, and has prevailed, right? So what, when you come into this thing, man, you used to be an American, you used to be a black, you used to be a damn Negro, a nigger, a damn ADOS. But when you come into this thing, man, you no longer a damn American, a damn African American, a damn Afro American, a damn Negro or nigger, man. So when you come into this thing, you no more called by these names. You call by the name of Israel, Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power, man. That's what you call by. But how do you obtain the power of the Most High God? What gives you that power? How do you get the power of the Most High? By doing what? Right? Let's get a precept. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 18, right? And I'm going to start at verse 1. And I will love thee, O Yahweh, my strength, which is power, right? Yahweh is your power, right? The Most High is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower, right? So that power is what? Coming from the Most High God. That's your power. But how do you obtain it? How do you get it? What do you do in order to obtain this power? Right? Let's jump down to verse 16. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters, he delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. Is that what I wanted? Salaki. Salak. That's what I wanted. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, verse 18. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but Yahweh was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me, right? The Lord is your power when he delights in you. It says what? The Most High rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands have he recompensed me, right? So when you following the Lord, when you have clean hands, keeping the commandments of the Most High, he is your power, right? So when you become into being an Israelite, you come into what? Putting away the name of America, putting away the name of being an African American, right? And doing what? Serving the Most High because he is your power. If you're not serving the Most High, you're serving yourself, right? You ultimately are serving Satan, right? Because you're not serving, there's no in between, right? You either serving the Most High or you serving Satan. There is no in between. So we got to make a decision in these last days. Are we going to serve the Most High, which is our power, or are we going to serve Satan, which is death, right? Let's get this. It's the book of Deuteronomy, right? It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30. Right? And verse, is it 30 I went? Shalak. Oh, Shalak is 30. I was 29. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy power and to walk in his ways, to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, that the Most High thy power shall bless thee in the land where thou goest to possess it. Right? So we have a decision to make, man. Either do what? Either to walk after the Lord, which is life, right? Or to walk after ourselves and man, which is Satan and death, man. So we got a decision to make in these last days, man. Right? We got a decision. So far, a lot of our people have chosen the wrong decision. They choosing themselves. They choosing to serve their own bellies. They're choosing to serve what makes them feel good, man. Hey, we're not in this place to feel good. We're not in this place to feel comfortable, man. This is punishment, man. We're not in this place to be comfortable. We're in this place to be the complete opposite. Shalom, King. Right? We're in this place to be the complete opposite of feeling good, man. What does it say in the classic, man? Let's go to the classic. Right? It's the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. And it reads, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Right? So we got to depart out of this place, man. Mentally, man. Right? Stop thinking with your own mind and allow the Lord to do the thinking for you, man. Everybody wants to damn do the thinking for the Lord. That's going off, man. You can't think for the Lord, man. You got to allow the Lord to think for you, man. And he already wrote out how to think in his scriptures, man. But our people, because it gets hard or because it's uncomfortable or because they don't like it or whatever it may be, they go back into serving themselves, man. And that's going to get you deaf, right? Let's get to the book. Let's go to Proverbs. Right? It's the book of Proverbs. Our people still want to hold on to damn America, man. Hey, man, holding on to America is not going to get you anywhere, man. Holding on to America is not going to save your life, man. Holding on to America is not going to get you that power with the Most High. It's not going to do it, man. It's going to disconnect you from the power of the Most High. Holding on to your own understanding is going to disconnect you from the power of the Most High, right? It says what? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Most High with all thine heart and lean not on thy own understanding. So you got to trust in the Most High with all your heart, man. And if you're trusting in the Most High with all your heart, it's impossible to lean on your understanding. It's impossible to say, yeah, I know what the scriptures say, but, you know, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. That's going the hell off, man. Right? If the Most High says to do this, then you do it. If the Most High says this is just, then it's just. If the Most High says this is evil, then it's evil, man. Don't lean on your own understanding, man. Right? It says what? In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. A lot of our people are wise in their own eyes, thinking that their understanding supersedes the Most High, thinking that their emotions supersede the Most High. And that's going to get a lot of our people put to death in these last days, man. Let's go to Jeremiah. Right? Another classic. You know, Lord willing, you know, we get through all the precepts, man. Not all of them, but, you know, I got a lot of precepts in my mind and we're written out, man. So Lord willing, we get to them, man. Right? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 5. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh and whose hope is in the Most High. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh. You can't trust in Yahweh and also trust in yourself. You can't trust in Yahweh and trust in Babylon, in America, man. You can't say it. There is no, oh yeah, I kind of trust that word. You know, you kind of teach on the highways and you see Jake that say you believe in the Bible. Yeah, some things. Hey, you can't do that. There is no some things, man. Either you believe in the word of the Most High wholeheartedly or you don't believe at all. Right? Either you are not offended in the Lord or you are offended in the Lord. And if you're offended in the Lord, then guess what? He ain't for you, man. Death is for you. Right? It says what? For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of a drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Right? So no matter what, in the famine, when all hell break loose, man, this person that trusts in the Lord is still going to be prosperous, man. because faith is going to carry them through, right? It says what? Verse 9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it, man? Right? So the heart is deceitful above all things, man, and desperately wicked. Desperately wicked. Meaning what? Your heart is going to make you feel like, oh, I should do this or I should do that. But the Lord is telling you right here is desperately wicked. Not to trust in your own understanding, but to trust in the Most High. I'm going to jump up. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus said Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Most High. Right? So what? If you trust in yourself, if you trust in your own understanding, you trust in the understanding of your pastor, trust in the understanding of your mama, your daddy, your big mama, or whoever, the Lord said, cursed be you, man. Because you've departed from the Most High. You're holding their counsel above the Most High's counsel, man. That's idolatry, man. So you're going to be cursed to death, man. Right? So you got to kind of examine yourself, examine your emotions, examine how you feel about certain things, examine how you react to certain things, examine how you walking in these last days and say, is it lining up with the Lord or is it lining up with myself? Is it lining up with the Lord or is it lining up with what I've been taught? Is it lining up with the Lord or is it lining up with what I planned for myself and I don't want to veer off my plan? So many people, they wake up or they grow up with this plan of how life is supposed to be. They grow up and they say, you know, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a basketball player, or a rapper. I want to marry this woman. She's going to look this way. I want to have this house. I want to live in that city. And they think that it has to go that way. And when things start going a different route, they get scared. No, it's not what I planned. It's not what I want. Hey, the Lord don't give a damn about your plan, man. The Lord don't give a damn about your plan. He's laid out a plan already, man. Which is what? Let's get the classic, man. He's already laid out a plan for you. It's already a plan. There is no other plan, man. You know, Jake wondered, oh, what is your purpose in life? You already got one purpose, man. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. That's your whole duty, man. And the conclusion of the matter. So the hell with your plan. Your plan has to line up with the Lord's plan for you. And he just told you what his plan is for you, man. Fear him and keep the commandments. There ain't no other plan. Nothing else matters. Nothing is greater than that, man. Right? Let's go to Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, right? In verse 13. Man, thing mean. I'm gonna just go to 13. It's a lot on this, man. I'm gonna just go to 13. Man, hold on. Let me jump up. Man. I'm gonna start at 8, man. This thing mean, right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, and verse 8. It shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty, right? Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath an appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Right. And that's dealing with Israel as well. Israel is drunken, but not just with wine. Right. They drunk with damn doctrines and philosophies of men. Right. For the Most High have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seas have he covered. Right. The Lord has poured out deep sleep upon his people, man, upon the Israelites. Right. And we out here, the awoken Israelites are trying to what? Wake you the hell up, man. Trying to knock the damn veil off your eye and say, look, man, pay attention to what's going on, man. Pay attention, man. All hell is about to break loose, man. You only have one protector, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Do what? Keep the commandments so you can be in his protection. Get your hands clean so he'll protect you, man. But you're so damn sleep. You got so much damn sleep in your eyes, you can't even open them up, man. We're trying to anoint you with the eye salve so you may see. We're trying to get you to understand that you got to stop serving yourself and stop serving man and serving the Lord. We're trying to get you to understand, to hell with your emotions, to hell with how you feel, to hell with what feels good, man. Serve the Lord. And it says what? Verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot read it, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. Right? So, hey, even the wise man and the foolish man, hey, they both sleep. They both can't open the book. They can't understand what's going on. Right? It says what? Verse 13, which is the point I wanted. Wherefore Yahweh said it, for as much as these people draw near with their mouth, right? Because everybody say they love the Most High. Everybody say they serve the Most High. Everybody say the Most High is their God, and so on and so forth, right? Especially you so-called so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, the ones that call themselves Israelites chiefly, right? And it says what? Draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips they do honor me. I love Lord. I have a personal relationship with Lord, right? But have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precepts of men. And they have literally removed their heart far from the Most High, man. Literally. Right? Because the Most High is telling you how to live and how to act, how to think, right? But yet your heart is fully setting you to do your way. Fully setting you to do it the way you think is good, man. Right? The way you think is okay. And the Lord is already saying that way is wicked, right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, right? In verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good, which is what a lot of you people do, man. When you remove your heart far away from the Lord, you're calling evil good. You're saying, hey, the way that I think is good. And the Lord is saying your heart is desperately wicked. So you're calling evil good. And it says what? And so like call evil good, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right. So the Lord is saying, hey, this is the way that you gotta maneuver. This is the way you gotta act. This is what I expect from you. Right. These are the commandments. These are the laws. Right. This is your heritage, so on and so forth. And you're saying, no, that's not right. That's not the way to go. I don't feel like, I don't like how that makes me feel. You're saying I got to submit to my husband. I don't like how that makes me feel. I don't like how that makes me feel. It makes me feel like I'm less than him. I don't like that. So you're calling what the order of the Lord set up dark, man. Right? You're saying I got to go out and teach on the corners. No, I don't think so. Everybody's not a teacher. Right? When the Lord literally said, what? Go feed his sheep, man. The Lord literally said, go out to the highways and hedges and compel them that they may come in, man. The Lord literally said in the law, Leviticus 19 and 17, thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor, man. But yet you're saying, no, I don't know. I don't know. Then you're calling good evil, man. You're calling the Lord's light darkness, man. Serving yourself, man. And it says what? That put bitter for sweet. So the ways of America make you happy. It tastes good. You digest that, man. Right? You digest that. Anything that the ways of America say, any way that you makes you feel good, you digest that. Oh yeah, I like that. It tastes good. I like that one. It tastes good. But the ways of the Lord, you call it bitter. I gotta spit that out. I don't like how that. I don't like that. I don't like that taste. You spit it out, man. It says, "Woe unto you, death and destruction." So if you have a problem with the way the Lord has set up His order, if you have a problem with the commandments and the things He's telling you to do, the things He's expecting from you, then it's death and destruction for you, man. So we got to check our spirits in these last days. We got to make sure that we are lining up the way that we react, the way that we act, the way that we maneuver lines up with the way the Most High said for us to maneuver. Lines up with the way that the Most High says for us to react, man. Otherwise, guess what? We're not serving the Most High. We are literally serving Satan, man. Right? Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. See, a lot of people, they're wise in their own eyes. When your wisdom comes from the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. But instead, you think that you are above the Lord. Your thoughts are above the Lord's thoughts. Yeah, I know what that says, but I feel this way. It says, woe unto you, death and destruction unto you. You're not serving the Lord if you literally are believing that your thoughts are above the Most High's. Your emotions are above the Most High's, man. You're not serving the Lord. The Lord not dealing with that, man. We got a lot of people in Israel with that frame of mind, man. A lot of them. A lot of people that are literally running around here calling themselves Israelites, wearing fringes, right? Wearing damn mitris, man, right? Women with head wraps and dresses on, right? Men with beards on their face, literally running around here, and they think that their wisdom is above the Most High, right? We out teaching on Fridays, and there's a brother. He done passed by us 2 or 3 times, man. No, he Israel, so on and so forth. It'd be the Sabbath day, brother be going to go buy stuff. He think he good. Last time I seen him, he was going to go buy something. I tried to stop him and give him the word, and he was high as a kite. And I asked him, I said, brother, are you high? He said, I'm higher than an MF. I said, brother, you just go disrespect the Lord like that? You know? And he don't care. Why? Because he literally think he's wise in his own eyes, even though he know he Israel. Beard on his face and everything. So it's a lot of our people, man, that they know who they are. They know what they're supposed to be doing, but in their mind, they believe that what they're doing supersedes what the Most High says to do, and they think they're going to be okay, right? But what? Let's get a precept. It's the book, the Sirach, chapter 5, right? In verse 1, set not thine heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough of my life. Follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. It says, follow not thy own mind and thy ways to walk in in thy strength to walk in the ways of thy own heart. That's literally telling you not to follow your own thoughts, man. Not to do what you think, man. That's going to get you destruction. And it says what? And say not, who shall control me for my works? And that's what you're saying when you try to go about things your way and do things the way you feel, right? Hey, who will control me for my works? Hey, I'm me. I'm a man, or I'm a woman, or whatever you want to call yourself, man. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. The Lord is saying right here, say not, man, through the wisdom of Sirach. And it says what? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. The Lord is going to surely revenge your pride, man, because you're a prideful individual if you're literally running around thinking that your ways supersede the Most High's. You're a prideful individual if you're literally believing that your thoughts are but the Most High's thoughts, man. That your comfort supersedes the affliction that the Lord is putting on the men that he really loves, man. You don't like being afflicted, so you don't want to serve the Lord no more. It's not easy. It doesn't feel good. I don't want to serve the Lord anymore, man. That's madness, man. What does it say in the book of Matthew, man? That's madness, man. That's complete madness, and that's what goes on, right? They serve the Lord until they get offended, right? Till things get hard, till persecution comes about, man. Then all of a sudden they don't want to serve the Lord no more. All of a sudden now they want to serve themselves because it feels better. And you got to kind of examine that, man. How that makes sense? How does that make sense and equate to salvation? If when you were doing what the Lord asked you to do, it was hard. Or when you're doing what the Lord asks you to do, it's hard. You know, it's hard. It's hard. You're going through it. You feel afflicted, you're getting chastised, so on and so forth. But then all of a sudden, when you stop doing it, it's easy. I can kind of deal with this now. I feel so much better. Hey, you literally falling into a trap. That's you literally falling into a trap, man. And a person with eyes can see that. But as we read in Isaiah, the Lord has poured out deep sleep upon our people. Right? Let's get this. It's the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 8 and verse 20. And Yahushua saith unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the son of man have not where to lay his head. So the Most High, so Yahushua don't even have nowhere to lay his head. Laying your head is a place of rest. Yahushua didn't have no rest. He was never at ease. And that's Yahushua. Are you above Yahushua? Are you above Yahushua, man? Right? If he didn't have no place of ease, why would you? Why would it be easy for you? Right? It's the book, right, of John, chapter 13, right? In verse 16. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. So you're not greater than Yahushua, man. And he was afflicted. He was chastised. He didn't have a place of rest. So why do you think when it's hard for you that you can just give the hell up and go back to your own understanding? Why do you think that? If Yahweh had no place to rest, if it was hard for him, then why would it be easy for you? If it's easy for you, it's because you're serving Satan and you're not serving the Lord, man. Right? It's just precepts, man, on that subject matter. Right? Let's go to the book of 2 Maccabees, man. Right? Go to the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. Oh, it's 1 Maccabees, Salakia. Bear with me. It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. And I believe I'm on verse 23. In verse I'm sorry, 24. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet still alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his father, and that also he would take him for a friend and trust him with affairs. Right? So what? If you walk away from the laws of the Most High, Satan is going to do what, man? He's going to do what? He's going to take you for a friend, right? Make you both rich and happy, right? This is a so-called white man trying to entice one of our forefathers, our righteous forefathers, to eat damn pork, man. Right? To walk away from the laws of their Most High God. And walking away would have been what? It would have been easier. He would have got treated better, and it would have felt good. He would have been esteemed over other men, right? He would have been the king's friend. He'd have been rich. So you got to think about that when you're going through affliction and your mind is telling you, hey, just stop doing it. Just kind of get away from it. You know, you'll feel so much better when you stop keeping the commandments, whatever the commandments are that you're keeping, that they're trying to get you to stop keeping. Not saying whatever the commandments are, like I don't know. Saying whatever it is that you're doing, right? Maybe you got a weed demon and you kind of not been smoking weed. And Satan kind of how you're kind of dealing with it. All hell is breaking loose, and weed is where you kind of calm you down, right? And all of a sudden, and your mind is like, man, just hit the blunt. You'll feel a lot better. You'll feel a lot better, and you'll be good. It'll feel so much better to you. And you got to remember that, man. You got to remember that you're going to feel better because you're walking with Satan. You're not walking with the Lord. Those that walk with the Lord are going to be chastised often. Often. Those that are walking with Satan, they'll be chastised in the end greatly. And there will be no repentance for them in that day. It'll be too late. So make a decision, right? Reading on. It says what? That he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother to exhort her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. And it's the same way, right? You kind of keeping the commandments. Things are getting hard, right? You kind of call a friend that's in the world, and they kind of Satan try to hop on one of your friends and kind of exhort you. Luckily, this man's mother was in the faith, and so she exhorted him to continue in it, right? And that's what you kind of got to do. You got to call somebody in the faith to lift you up when you may fall. But what Satan will hop on people around you and try to get you to put this thing down, man. Because the so-called white man tried to use his mother. Satan, on the other hand, will do the same thing. He may use your mother, right? He may use one of your friends, right, to try to get you to put this thing down. Man, you know, before you was on that Israelite stuff, man, we used to have a whole lot of fun. You was always happy. You was always happy. Now, you know, you may be happy every now and then, but it seems like you always going through it. Because you're serving the Lord now, man. It ain't easy. It's not easy, man. Getting the kingdom is not going to be an easy thing. The Lord got to prove you in this thing, man. He got to prove your faith and prove your sincerity in this thing, man. Right? Let's go to another account. Right? It's the book. 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Man. I'm going to go to 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth to eat swine's flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to torment. Right? It says what? As it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for the love of life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of the wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and to make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. Right? So they said, hey, okay, all right, we got it. You don't want to eat the pork. Okay, cool. Right? Well, you can eat some beef, man. Well, let's just act like you got the pork. So your people will believe that you got the pork and they'll all eat it as well. Right? And let's see what Eleazar did. That in so doing, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. Right? So what if he would have walked away from the laws of the Most High? He would have avoided death in that moment, right? And find favor with them, meaning it would have been easier. It would have felt better. It would have felt better in that moment. And it says what? But he began to consider discreetly as it became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by Yahweh. Therefore he answered accordingly and willed them straightway to send him to his grave. Right? So what? He didn't say, well, yeah, I'm gonna be the king's friend, and everything's gonna be good, and I'm gonna kind of feel better if I just kind of give in. No, he said, send me to my grave, man. So it's the same thing. Just because it feels good, man, does not mean that you got to go into that thing, man. Just because it's easier and it feels better to damn go into your own understanding, right? And damn flee from the Lord's understanding, and it's easier and simpler, does not mean it's the thing to do, man. That's not the thing to do. That's not going to get you salvation, man. It's going to get you a grievous death. And if you're an Israelite, you'll be reborn in the kingdom as a damn nobody, man. Least in the kingdom, man. Right? Let's get another precept. I don't want to get. Let's go to Proverbs, right? People got to understand this thing. They got to start examining themselves in these last days, man. Literally, man. Who are you walking with, man? Are you walking with the Lord, or are you walking with Satan? Right? It's the book of Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Right? So it may seem right to kind of follow yourself, man. It seemed right to stop walking in the ordinance of the Lord. It seemed easier, right? And all these other things and madness, man. But what? The end thereof are the ways of death, man. So you got to examine that. Is your so-called what is the word? Shalaki, your peace of mind right now worth death? Is your so-called feel-good spirit worth death? No, man. None of those things are worth death. None of those things are worth being forsaken by the Most High in these last days. None of them, man. None of them. Right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his ways, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness, man. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his ways. What is the righteousness and what is perfect? Right? Right? It's the book of Deuteronomy. Our people gotta wake up, man. Understand that they're not, when you walking away from the Lord, you're not in between, man. You serving Satan. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before Yahweh our power, as he hath commanded us, man. So your righteousness that's supposed to direct your ways is the commandments of the Most High, man. And that's going to bring about perfection, man. Right? Classic precept. It's the book of Psalms, right? Chapter 19. In verse 7, and it reads, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple, right? So the law is your righteousness you should be walking in, right, to direct your ways, and that's going to make you perfect because the law is perfect, man, right? You got to forsake yourself in these last days, man, because Satan going to hop on you and want you to give up, man. He going to want to hop on you and want you to give up. And you got to be strong in this thing, man. It's not going to be easy, but you got to be strong in this thing and serve the Lord unto death, man. Right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 16, right? In verse 24. Then said Yahweh unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So you got to deny yourself, man. So if you're not denying yourself, then you're not worthy of Yahweh Shai, man. You got to literally deny yourself. Yourself is going to tell you, your flesh is going to tell you, hey, do it this way. Do this. This is what you should do. Hey, this is where it's at. This is a lot easier. Don't you feel better now that you're doing this instead of, keeping those commandments and walking with the Lord? You got to deny yourself, man, and take up your cross, right? Whatever your burden is, man. Everybody got things they deal with, man. You got to kind of take that thing up, carry it, bear it, right? For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. It's not talking about committing suicide, man. It's talking about letting go your old ways, not trying to save and hold on to your old ways. Those plans we talked about that we brought out earlier. Oh man, I had plans, man, and even though it says I got to keep the Sabbath day, I plan on making it in this real estate game. I got to show open houses on Saturdays, even though that's the Sabbath, right? Hey, you got to let that thing go. You got to let that go. To hell with that. You're going to get this big old house for making the money in real estate, and the Lord going to blow it up, man. It's going to be blown to smithereens in World War III with you in it. Or you can say, to hell with that house. I'll live meekly. I'll find whatever job I need to find, and I'm going to serve the Lord, and I'm going to keep the Sabbath day. To hell with that, man. Our people, man, is vexing, man. Right? It's vexing, man. The book of Proverbs, right? Chapter 12 and verse 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. So, a fool, his way is right in his own eyes. He don't see nothing wrong with the things that he's doing. He don't see nothing wrong, see that he's going off by and not keeping the ways of the Lord. It's right in his own eyes. You can kind of show him, bring it out to him, bring out the precepts, right? But he's a damn fool, or she's a damn fool, and can't get it. Can't get it because you a damn fool. And you probably got a damn wicked heart, man. You probably never wanted to serve the Lord to begin with. So you came to the Lord with without sincerity, man. And if you don't serve the Lord in sincerity, you ain't gonna make it in this thing, man. Right? It's the book of Sirach. There's a lot of people that come before the Lord in insincerity, man. The Lord not dealing with that, man. The Lord not dealing with that. That's why a lot of people can't get it. That's why their foolish ways make sense to them, man. Right? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 29. It says, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed to what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall. Exalt not thyself, meaning you need to humble yourself, man, right? And bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to fear the Most High, but thy heart is full of deceit, man. And a lot of people, their heart is full of deceit, right? They came in this thing, because they thought they can gain some notoriety. They came in this thing because a good friend was doing it, and they didn't want to lose their relationship with that good friend. They came in this thing because there was a man that they saw, and the man was kind of attractive, and he looked mighty. So I guess I'll put a head wrap on and wear a dress, right? And the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. And if you wasn't sincere when you came in this thing, it's gonna manifest, man. And he gonna cast you down before the midst of the congregation, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Job. All right, mighty book of Job. The book of Job, right? Chapter 35 and verse 2. Thinkest thou this to be right, that thou saidest, my righteousness is more than the Most High's? And that's what a lot of people, hey, you may not say it out your damn mouth, but you say it with your actions. You say it with your actions. You say it with your doings. The Lord has already shown you the path to take, and you're not taking that path because you believe your righteousness supersedes the Most High. The Most High says, okay, this is righteous. You're saying, nah, I can't get with that. I wasn't raised to believe that. And you're saying that your righteousness is above the Most High's. And that's idolatry, man. Right? It's the book of Job, Psalm 136. Come on, this book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 10. He openeth also their ear to discipline and commanded that they return from iniquity, right? If they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasure, right? So if you obey the Lord and serve him, not your own bellies, right? You will literally spend your days in prosperity and their years in pleasure. And that's talking about later on. It's not talking about this wicked kingdom. It says what? But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. Literally gonna perish by the sword, destruction, and you're gonna die without knowledge, not knowing a damn thing while you thought you knew something, right? So you got to turn to the Lord, man, and stop leaning on your own understanding, as we brought out in the precepts earlier, man, right? Let's go to the book 1 Corinthians, man. Right? Lord willing, somebody watches this video, man, and it strikes them in the chest, man, and they examine themselves and realize, you know what, I haven't been serving the Lord, I've been serving myself, right? And they turn from that, man, because that's a wicked thing. That's a real wicked thing, man. We gotta examine ourselves in these last days, man. It's the book of 1 Corinthians. Salaki, I'm moving slow. Chapter 15, right? I'm gonna start at the top, man. But the point is at 50, but I'm gonna start at the top. Come on. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. So you got to make yourself weak to be raised in power. If you're coming into this thing believing that you're saying in strength, right? You're gonna buck up against the Lord. So you got to make yourself weak, make yourself as a child so you can be raised in power, right? It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit, man. Yahweh, right? Howbeit, because you got to become spiritual in this thing. And if you're spiritual, you're the opposite of carnal. And if you're the opposite of carnal, that means you're not holding on to your own understanding, but you're holding on to the understanding of the Most High, because that's spiritual, right? It says what? Howbeit, that was not first, which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual, right? The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Most High's from heaven, right? As it is earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as it is heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly, man. Right? So those that damn are minding the things of the flesh, right, are going to mind the things of the flesh. And you're going to get the things of the flesh, of the earth. But those that mind the things that are heavenly, the spiritual things, then you're going to get those spiritual blessings, man. Right? And it says what? And as we have borne the image of earthy, we shall bear the image of the heavenly. Now, this I pray, brethren, that the flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither doeth corruption inherit in corruption. Right? So, hey, guess what, man? Flesh and blood is not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So you're only going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High through the Spirit, man. So you got to tap into the spiritual side and let go of the fleshly side, because that ain't getting into the kingdom. Then it says what? Neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. So, and the flesh is corrupted, right? So if you're following the flesh, you're following corruption, and you're not going to inherit incorruption. The kingdom of heaven is incorruptible. So if you're following your flesh, you're following corruption, and you cannot inherit the incorruption, right? This is the book of Romans, right? The book of Romans, chapter 8. All right. The book of Romans, chapter 8. And I believe I want to start at 6. Well, I might go to 5. Let me see at 5. Romans chapter 8 and verse 5. I'm going to start at 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit and not the flesh, right? For the flesh is corruptible. For they that are after the flesh do mind things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit mind the things of the spirit, right? Well, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good being separated from the people I used to be cool with in the world, man. That's your flesh. That's your flesh. Man, being sober, man, that ain't it, man. I used to feel great when I used to smoke that weed, man. Man, that's your flesh. You minding the things of the flesh. You're not minding the spiritual thing. You're not minding the aspect of being high. Got you all out the spirit. Got you not studying like you're supposed to study, right? Got you not feeling the oppression that you're supposed to be feeling in this captivity, right? You're not minding those things, man. You're not minding that part, right? It's just so much anxiety. Everything is going on. I'm like, no, you minding the damn flesh, man. Look at the spiritual aspect of what you're doing. You're keeping the commandments of the Most High, and you walking in His ways, man. And what's going to come from that is an incorruptible crown that no man can give you, man. What's going to come from that is eternal life that no man can give you. You got to mind the spiritual aspect of these things, man, and walk after the spirit and not after the flesh. Stop following your damn flesh, man. That flesh is literally Satan, man. Right? Did not Satan try to hop on Yahweh shot, man, on the top of the mountain while he was in the flesh? That's why he came in the flesh, so he could be tempted as man is tempted. And who is the tempter? Satan. Right? It says what? Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death. So literally to think after your own ways, your own mind, your own thoughts, that is death. That's not life, man. So you got to cast off your thoughts and your understanding and walk in the understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. And the scriptures is what gives you the understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Anything that don't line up with this Bible right here, right, is not of the spirit. It's of the flesh. And it's of Satan, right? But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. The Lord said He's going to grant us rest, man. And rest and peace. Rest is peace, man. You're going to get rest and peace when you're spiritually minded and you're minding the things of the spirit, man. Right? Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh. So when you're in a carnal mind state, you're an enemy against the Most High. Right? It says what? For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. The carnal mind can't be subject. It's completely contrary to the law of the Most High. So it can't comprehend it. So when you're walking in, when you can't comprehend the things that the brothers or the sisters are telling you, that this is how you got to act, this is how you got to walk, this is how you got to talk, this is what you can and you can't do. When you can't comprehend that, it's because you're in a carnal mind. You have a worldly mind and you can't grasp it because the carnal mind can't grasp the spiritual aspects of the scriptures. It can't. So you got to cast that thing off through prayer and fasting and screaming out to the Most High for mercy that He cast that off of you so you can see the spiritual aspect, man. But if you give in unto that thing, man, then you ain't going to make it. You're not going to make it. Right? It says what? So then they that are after the flesh cannot please Yahweh. So if you after the flesh, you can't please the Most High. So if you literally are doing the things that are in your mind, not the things that are in the scriptures, the things that make you feel good through your mind, then you literally cannot please the Most High, man. But ye are not after the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of a Mashiach, he is none of his, man. You are none of Yahweh Shai if you don't have that spirit, man. And that spirit is going to tell you what? Keep the faith and the commandments in Yahweh Shai. It's not going to tell you anything opposed to that. It's not going to tell you walk after your own flesh. The spirit ain't going to tell you that. The spirit ain't going to tell you break the commandments because it feels good. The spirit ain't going to tell you that break the commandments because now you don't have anxiety. The spirit ain't going to tell you break the commandments and smoke some weed because now you're not upset all day or whatever the hell's going on. The spirit ain't going to tell you that, man. The spirit going to tell you to keep the commandments and the faith in Yahweh Shai, man. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Ain't gonna tell you no different. Did he not say in John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments? But a lot of our people, they don't love Yahweh Shai. As we read in the book of Isaiah, their heart is removed far from him, man. They honor him with their lips, but their heart is removed far from him. And the Lord not dealing with that, man. Right? Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Hebrews, man. Right? Well, Hebrews. I'm going to read Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 7. Wherefore, as the Holy Ghost said to the day, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts, as in the provocation in the day of temptation in the wilderness. Right? Because the wilderness was hard, man. It wasn't easy, right? Even though the people were in bondage in Egypt, guess what? They had a house they was going to, right? They knew what time they knew when they was eating. They knew everything, right? Everything was kind of like, fixed. They knew what was going on. Kind of like a person when they've been locked up for 15 years and they have a regimen set and they're comfortable in that regimen. Even though they're in jail, that regimen kept them so comfortable. Then when they get out of the penitentiary, right? They don't know what to do. They don't have that regimen set for them anymore. So they're kind of frantic. What's going on? How I'm gonna do this, when I'm gonna do that. They don't, it's the same way, right? They had this set regimen in Egypt. So it was like when they came out, they were very tempted to say, let me go back to Egypt, man. I don't know when I'm going to eat. I don't see the food. That's because they didn't have the faith. And it's the same thing when we walk in with the Lord. When we go through affliction, sometimes we can't see past the affliction, but we got to have that faith that the Lord said he's going to deliver us from it, right? And not be like our forefathers in the wilderness. So we're reading on. When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years. Wherefore I was grieved with that generation and said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. Right? Because if you have lack of faith, you don't know the ways of the Most High, and you're erring in your heart. Because the Lord is weighing your heart. It says what? Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living power. So what? If things get hard and you depart from the ways of the Most High, then you have a heart of unbelief. And the Lord not dealing with a heart of unbelief, man. Faith is sin. Right? Reading on. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through deceitfulness of sin. For we are made partakers of a Mashiach if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast to the end. So no matter if it's hard, no matter if it hurts, no matter what it is, you got to be steadfast to the end to be partakers with a Mashiach, man. So if you kind of let it go, right, you ain't going to make it. It ain't for you, man. Let's get that. It got too hard, man. I thought I could do it. It just got too hard. I can't do it. No, the Lord not dealing with that, man. The Lord not dealing with that, man. If you talking about you got faith, right, and you can't have enough faith to persevere through the light affliction we go through now, day in and day out, then you damn sure ain't gonna make it through Jacob's trouble, man. You damn sure, if you in the comfort of your own home, you got food, you got running water, right? You got, most people still got their job or whatever you want to call it, plantation, slave, whatever you want to call it, right? And you dealing with the affliction day to day, and you can't have faith that the Lord is going to bring you through that, then you ain't going to make it when you damn ain't ate in a week, man. Living under a damn tree. You damn sure ain't going to have faith in that day. And if you tap out, you're not of the Lord, man. It's a lot. I'm in Acts. I'm on Luke. It's the book of Luke. All right, bear with me. All right. The book of Luke, chapter 9, right? And verse 61. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand on the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. Right? So if you came into this thing and you kind of look, I'm gonna go back to doing. No, you're not fit for the kingdom, man. You got to literally hold your confidence steadfast unto the end. If you're not doing that, you're not fit for the kingdom, man. So you got to literally examine yourself, man. Make sure you holding fast to the Most High, because hey, like we brought out, man. Right? Let me get there. Hold on, let me get there. Right? We gotta understand this, man. It's a lot of precepts, man. A lot of precepts going through my mind, man. Lord willing, man. I'll do a part 2 or something on this thing, man. What I want. Matthew chapter 6, I believe, verse 20. No. 24. No man can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. It didn't say, Mammon just represents Satan. It didn't say, you can't serve Yahweh. I mean, you can serve Yahweh and kind of, worry about yourself. You can serve Yahweh and, you're still good if you believe in you and, you follow your heart. It say you can't serve Yahweh and Mammon, which is Satan. So if you following yourself and your own heart, your own understanding, then you following Satan. You're not following Yahweh, man. Right? It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. So us that keep the commandments, that follow the Lord, not after their own heart, the gospel was preached unto us. Right? That salvation is for Israel, man. Right? That the Lord is coming back to redeem his people. And that we'll be kings and priests in the kingdom for eternity, man. Right? That gospel was preached unto us, that the Gentiles will build up our walls. Right? Isaiah 61. Right? That was preached unto us, and it was preached unto them. You ones that call yourself Israel and are kind of dabbling, going back into the world, even to the ones that we've been telling is Israel, but damn don't want to hearken. The gospel was preached unto them as well. Well, let's see what the separation is, right? But the word preached did not profit them. So it didn't profit them. They heard it, but there was no profit to it. They didn't believe in it, right? Not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. They didn't have no faith. You don't have no faith. You lying to yourself if you say you have faith, but yet you want to serve your own belly over the Most High. You're lying to yourself. You saying you have faith and you believe in the Lord. You believe in what he's got coming to you. You believe in what's going to happen if you don't keep the commandments, right? And you still decide to do your own thing. You're lying to yourself. That is a lie. There's no way you can say that's true, man. Because if you believe, then guess what? You will act as like the brothers and sisters that truly believe, man. Deal with your affliction, right? Go through the fire and hold on to your integrity, like our ancestor Job did, man. Right? It would have been easy for Job to just curse the Most High and be put to death rather than suffer that affliction. What did Job say? Right? What did Job say? Let's get there. Shalak. Yeah, come. It's the book of Job, chapter 2, right? In verse, I'm gonna start at 7. So went Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh and smote Job with the sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. Now Satan already killed everything he had, took everything he had, right? And he took him a potsherd and scraped himself withal, and he sat among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thy integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. She's like, are you going through hell? Why are you still holding on to your integrity? Why are you still holding on to your faith and your belief in the Most High? Which is Satan hopping on the woman, right? Trying to get him to go off. Because guess what? When he curses the Most High and no longer retains his integrity, now he's serving Satan. He ain't serving God. So when you don't hold on to your integrity in the midst of affliction, now you are serving Satan and not the Most High God. Reading on. But he said unto her, thou speakest as a foolish woman speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips, man. So he rebuked her, man. He rebuked Satan. And that's the same thing that you got to do when he hops on you, man. And he hops in your mind and tries to get you to go off, man. You got to literally rebuke him. You got to literally rebuke him, man. Hey, get the hell out of here, Satan. What did Yahushua do? If Satan literally hopped on Yahushua, how much more you? Think about that. How much more you? You got to literally use these scriptures for your comfort, man, and for your learning. Right? And what happened to Job for holding on to his integrity? Did Job, nothing happened? No, let's see what happened to Job for holding on to his integrity. And he's of the elect, and he's going to be in the kingdom. So let's see what he got even in this wicked ass land, right? It's the book of Job, chapter 42 and verse 10. And Yahweh turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Most High gave Job twice as much as he had before. So yeah, Job lost everything. His kids and all his substance. But he remained his integrity, and the Lord turned it and gave him twice what he had before, and he's still the elect and still going to be in the kingdom, man. But our people can't grasp that because you don't have the faith in the Lord. You don't truly believe in the Lord. You believe in yourself, man. And believing in yourself is going to get you put to death, man, a grievous death. And the Lord is going to laugh at your calamity all while it's going on, man. Right? And it says what? Then came there unto him. Well, that's all I wanted, 42 and 10. Right? Let's go to James. Right? Our people got it, man. Right? Like they the only ones going through it, man. They all Israel going through it, man. All Israel going through it. You ain't the only one going through it, man. You think you the only one suffering affliction, man? It's brothers right now with their children in the hospital. It's brothers right now, they in the hospital, man, still lifting up the name of the Lord. And you think it's hard because you damn had a hard day at work? Lord ain't dealing with that, man. It's the book of Job, chapter 5, right? What I want, 5 and it's a lot. Oh yeah, I was looking at 4. Job 5 and 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Most High. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Most High draweth nigh. Be patient and establish your hearts. Right? It says what? Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the same of the Most High, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. So you got to take the prophets who went through hell for literally an example that you're going to go through hell when you follow the Lord, man. That doesn't mean you can follow your own mind when you're going through hell, right? Behold, it says, so like, behold, we count them happy which endure. So when you endure, you're counted as happy, man. Why? Because you're going to get that crown of life. Ye have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Most High. That Yahweh is very pitiful and tender of mercy, man. So hold on, man. Hold on through what you're going through, man. Hold on. Have faith and patience in the Lord. Don't tell yourself that your understanding supersedes the Most High, because your understanding is going to continue to tell you to go against the Lord, man. And if it's against the Lord, then it's of Satan. And we in the last days, the fourth quarter, man. We in the last days, the fourth quarter. All hell is about to break loose on the land, in the land. We should be constantly praying, constantly exhorting one another, man. Constantly asking the Lord to build up our faith and trying to walk as blameless and as spotless as possible in these last days, man. With clean hands, right? Let's get what I want. Come on. Luke. It's the book of Luke. It's a lot of precepts, I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. All right. It's the book of Luke, chapter 16, right? And 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men. Right? This is dealing with the Pharisees, but nonetheless, we can read this scripture and understand that if what you want to justify yourself before anybody else, but not the Lord, then you going the hell off. And you want to justify yourself to yourself. You know, I told myself that, I would never be broke again. So I'm gonna work any Saturday or whatever I gotta do. I told myself this, and that's what I'm gonna hold fast to. Well, you justifying yourself before yourself, right? But Yahweh knoweth your hearts, for that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of the Most High. So what you hold as high esteem is an abomination to the Most High, man. Everything that people in this world hold at high esteem is an abomination, man. They think having a lot of money is what it is, right? That's an abomination to the Most High because you'll put that money before the Lord. They think having a nice house is highly esteemed, or a nice car. That's an abomination to the Most High, man. The only thing that the Most High literally wants us to do is to keep his commandments and have faith in him. And he will supply everything else we need, man. That's Matthew 6, man. He will supply everything else we need, man. But instead, we hold ourselves in esteem of, I'm this person. I got to have this. Everybody's got to see me with this. And people can't see me serving the Lord. I kind of want to tuck my fringes in when I walk around. It's going off, man. It's going on. And the Lord ain't dealing with that spirit, man. Right? We got to have a burning spirit in these last days, man. Not letting our light flicker. Kind of walking around without the oil like the 10 virgins, man. The Lord not dealing with that, man. Right? Right? Let's get a precept. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 6, right? And verse 13. What I want. Verse 12. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out. And no, that's not what I want. Come on, verse 13, 6:13, I was reading 12. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out. And that's dealing with the temple. And we are the temple. So that fire in you should always be burning. It should never go out, man. Never. Even in affliction, it should still be burning, man. It should never go out. Never. Right? We get there I go. Let's go to the Revelation. Right? The book of Revelation. I believe I want. Let me see. Come on. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 15. It says what? Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Right? So you got to keep your garments in these last days, man. Beware of Satan tempting you to go back to your old man. Beware of Satan tempting you to walk away from this understanding, man. Right? Beware of that. That's literally you're gonna be losing your garments, man. And our garments are supposed to always be white, man. And our head lacking no ointment, meaning understanding. And with that, Lord willing, somebody was edified or will be edified in the coming days. Shalom.